Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your April connection session. I am Princess India if you're new, and if you're okay, family, welcome back, my friend. Oh my God, what is happening in America? And whatnot or whatever. Okay, those are 3 cards, so we're going to go ahead and take those. So we're going to be looking at the energy between you as well as a person of Antrias, and then we're going to be getting into a more specific spread, that of which I am pulling cards for now, where we're going to be looking at how your person thinks as well as feels about you. You know what I'm saying? We're coming into your birthday season at the end of April, which is also my birthday season because I am a Taurus. Bull gang, bull gang, bull gang. Shout out to you, my friends. My birthday is May 9th, in case you were wondering. But anywho, moving right along. So the energy representing my Tauruses. Oh, interesting. Let me cover that boob. We have the 5 of Chalices. So Taurus, it's a little bit of contemplation, a little bit of a lot of contemplation for Taurus in the month of April. You guys could be thinking about relationships that have gone awry. You could be thinking about past heartbreaks, things that may not have worked out. For some of you, you may be thinking about one person in particular. But the reason why this is so important, my wonderful Tauruses, is that I feel that whatever it is that you guys are, ruminating over, thinking about, reminiscing about, what have you, that it is blinding you from opportunities that are right in front of your face, So it's more or less being stuck in the past in some sense, and not saying that you are in totality, I just feel emotionally, and the word I heard was regress. Okay. Sure. I don't, in my perception, I don't necessarily think that you guys are like emotionally regressing per se, but I can see how there can be a gap because there's a need for you, body, mind, emotion, all the things to be in the present moment, right? To see the potential and what it is that's possible for you at present as well as moving forward. But I don't necessarily see it. Okay, this kind of goes back to what we talked about in your soul session for April, now that I think about it, because I'm thinking about the whole contortionist thing. I'm seeing it as like all the things I'm hearing are just terrible. Because I heard like developmentally delayed, and I get it, but it's in an emotional sense. So it's more or less stuff that you guys have been through in the past. It almost stunted your growth, and we've talked about this, Taurus. Those of you who've been with me for some time, y'all know the stories and things. So it's being kind of stuck in that area, so the expectation is to be present, and that's where I'm seeing like the regression, you know what I mean? So how I could see that as regress, because you would have to be present in order to regress, is more or less maybe a trigger, or I don't know. It's almost like I'm seeing you guys like having an out of body experience almost. It's like everything's fine. You're moving forward. You're progressing, right? And then something happens and it brings you back to the past. And now you're stuck there thinking about that stuff. But I kind of feel like this is kind of like a setup, because there's definitely someone here, right? And here, either in your life at present that's potential for you, or there's someone that's in your energy, meaning like you're about to meet them, or they're in your stratosphere. And I feel the only reason why this would be coming up is because it would behoove Taurus to kind of, come to terms with that. And I mean, we are in Mercury retrograde, so that very well could be the personal work day, because I would never suggest starting to date someone during this time. Just throwing that out there. Whether they're new or old, just not a great time. But anyway, I would suggest to kind of use this time to kind of finish that unfinished business with the past, if you will, to more or less give yourself closure and come to a sense of peace about the past. Because I mean, most of you guys who've been watching me for some time, and those of you who know me in real life, know that I'm very practical about things. And feelings aren't facts, but they're real and they affect people, right? But at the same time, I'm just a proponent for not, crying over spilled milk, because why? If sitting and ruminating about things that have gone awry in the past would actually give you something, like, I mean, if you gather something from it, like, if, being depressed for 3 weeks about a love that you lost 10 years ago, if that was going to somehow give you something at the end of it, or if that's your process, right? Like, I give myself 3 weeks to lay in bed and do absolutely nothing and be depressed about things that didn't go right. And then all of a sudden, when your 3 weeks is up, you bounce back to life. If that's your process, I get it. But thinking over, and let me just put my therapist hat on. The past is only good for two things, right? And it's filling two boxes, and one box is labeled shit that works, the other box is labeled shit. You know what I'm saying? That is the only thing the past is good for, is to fill those two boxes. Once we fill those two boxes, then we move on, right? So the only reason we should ever be fraternizing with the past is for that reason, right? Because other than that, and that's even something that's done in the present, when we're sorting through things, or giving ourselves closure, because you can't get closure from other people, by the way, but we have to take the past into the present. Any therapist anywhere will tell you that, right? We're not regressing back to the past so you can sit there and, look around and, all the things, feel the feelings, blah, 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 right? We're doing all of that in the present moment, right? Because whenever you go back to the past, you get stuck there. And that's what it is that I'm seeing for how Taurus is showing up in April, is you guys are literally back there. And we need to come back to the present, Taurus, okay? Now, your person of interest, speaking of unfinished business, your person of interest is showing up as the World card in the reverse, and that is definitely the card of unfinished business. And of course, that's aligned with fixed signs, which is Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, as well as Aquarius. So your person of interest could possibly be one of those four signs, maybe two for some of you. But with your person of interest, they also have unfinished business. So Taurus, to be quite honest, I could clearly see this as potentially being someone who is, like I said, in your life that's new, or someone who's in your energetic field that may be coming in, but the two of you are in the same place. So, I mean, that's something you guys have in common. You both have unfinished business with your past. So now would not be a good time for the two of you to fraternize with each other. So if those of you, if this is someone that you have met already, then now just would not be a good time, because there is things like loose ends that they need to tie up as well. So what I'm kind of feeling with both of you, there's a need to come. I could totally sing a Leo right now. We need a resolution. Okay, anyway, but I literally feel like both of you need to come to a resolution. I do feel with Taurus, it's a little different. For your person of interest, it feels more to me like an epic cycle, like a karmic cycle that this person is wrapping up. And it's kind of like, how can I say this? Because I'm seeing a lot of really weird stuff and I'm trying to find words for it. Because the energy that they're giving me is like a person, I don't know if this is like, maybe if you're like, I don't know, if a person's like leaving the military, that's like the example I'm getting. And there's like a whole bunch of paperwork and stuff that needs to be done. So it's like, you need to talk to this person and sign this. You need to go to that person and like sign that. It's like all of these different steps that need to be taken. And not saying that that's literally what's happening with your person of interest, but it feels like that. It's like the cycle in their life that's wrapping up. And I mean, I don't know, they could be in the military, who knows? But the cycle that they're in their life, the type of unfinished business they're dealing with is like that. It's like they need to finalize a lot of different things in different areas to like officially close this cycle type of deal. And it doesn't feel to me like a divorce or something like that. Like it doesn't feel like that to me. This feels very energetic, but because it's very energetic, I can also see how that energy signature could translate into 3D, to where, something in, like mundane day-to-day life could be something bureaucratic, checks and balances like that. But this feels like a big epic lesson for this particular person. But for Taurus, reading for Taurus for all of these years, this is a very familiar energy signature for me for Taurus, where this is, I don't know, like you guys are in a place, because I don't know, Taurus, I love y'all. I'm not talking about y'all, because to talk about you is to talk about myself. But we just like that. Stuff could be going too well for us in life. And it's like, there's nothing to be upset about, but it's like, let me think about how shit my past was. You know what I'm saying? It's like, things are really great in my life right now, but my childhood fucking sucked. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like that. I don't know why we are like this, where, because I feel like it's like a masochism type of thing. It's like, yes, Taurus, you deserve nice things and we want nice things. However, it's like, we can't just, experience all the nice things. We got to put like a little, drama in there. We got to silently self-deprecate while everything's going fine, type of deal. You know what I'm saying? But I feel with this, the whole purpose for this is like a once and for all kind of thing, to put a period at the end of the sentence with this. Because like I said, going back to the past is not a horrible thing, but you need to go back there with intention. The way that we get stuck in cycles is by not going to the past with intention. It's like we just get sucked back there. You feel me? Now, the energy between the two of you, ambivalence. We have the two of freaking pentacles here. That's interesting. Aries person, that was their feelings towards Aries, but it's ambivalence. It's not being sure. Should I say hello? Should I not? Should I ask them out? Should I not? Am I ready to be in a relationship? I don't know. I think I want to move forward, but then I really don't know. Can I trust them? Maybe I can't, right? It's straight ambivalence. And I feel that's a good thing at present, to be honest, because like I said, retrograde, not really the best time to start a romantic relationship. And then, like I said, the two of you would be coming into this with baggage, Neither one of you is really clear about where you are, what you want, what you're doing moving forward. There's still things in the past that, haven't been necessarily clarified. And I feel before you come into any type of connection with another person, you want to have that kind of clarity, within yourself before you're connecting with another person. So the two of you are pretty ambivalent at present, but I don't necessarily feel that that is a bad thing. Now, getting into our more specific spread of how your person thinks and feels about you. And I feel I've been doing these for so long, hopefully you guys know what all the cards are, but we're looking at their fleeting thoughts, their conscious thoughts, their subconscious impression / projection, as well as their feelings towards you. So the first card out, we have, interesting, we have the Empress in the reverse. And then we have, what is this? The King of Pentacles. Okay, she's naked. We have the King of Pentacles in the reverse. Interesting, child. Then we have, child. We have the Devil in the reverse. That's Capricorn energy. And in their conscious thoughts towards you, child, okay. We have the Six of Cuppies. So, I mean, your person, how they seeing you is fascinating. So here is the dealio. Your person of interest sees you in a place of stagnation, Taurus. They don't necessarily see you as growing. Now, I can say, because I say this a lot of times, I'm very interested in seeing what this person's subconscious projections are, because I have a sneaky suspicion that that very well could be going on. But they're not necessarily seeing you as growing or nurturing, right? And the thing with this, and how I'm going to say this is, I'm going to say it this way because I think it's the easiest way to understand it, would be at present, how it is that they're seeing you. They're not really sure, like, is this person like wife material? or like husband material? Is this person the type of person who would want a serious relationship? Would they be emotionally nurturing? You feel what I'm saying? Is this person good with money? Because mind you, these are fleeting thoughts, right? So I feel that they don't really have a clear picture of who you are or how you are, because I don't necessarily feel that they have like a good handle on you, if that's making sense. So this to me would be someone, if this is someone who's in your space already, this would like be I wouldn't even say a friend of a friend, because I feel if they were a friend of a friend, your friend would be able to say, oh, this is how Taurus is. So this is maybe somebody who works in a building with you, someone who lives like in your building or something, a person who sees you in passing, or maybe, I don't know, like a friend on social media or something like that, and them trying to kind of gauge where you're at, and depending on how little or how much and what you put out there, like on social media, it's like that's all they really have to gather from it. And I feel like this would be a bit more difficult. I don't know why. That's interesting, because this really feels kind of like a social media thing to me. Um, and I don't know if maybe, because I could understand where this would make sense. Like, say if Taurus, if you like own a business, or if you have like a brand, I wouldn't go as far as saying like influencer, but if you know, or like have a personal brand or a small business or something like that, then your social media would be curated, so you're not really putting like the real life on there, you know, which I think is just so amazing. Can I say that for a second? Like, people who are like everyday people whose social media is just like, you know, random stuff. You know what I'm saying? I see a crazy thing outside and you just get to record the crazy thing and just put it out there. I feel like that is so amazing. And when life is simple, as opposed to like thinking about a brand and having to curate and structure stuff. That's why I just don't post on social media, but enough about me. But I could see if that was the case, like where you guys have like a brand or an image or something like that. So the stuff that you're putting up is curated, so it's more in alignment with like the brand. So like, say your personal brand, you know, so like, I don't know, like if you were like I don't know, what do you call those? Like if you were into like, I don't know, the people who post like the outfit of the day type of thing, or like, you know, like an aesthetic lifestyle type of deal. And that's kind of like how you do your social media. It's like everything that you're posting is like under the umbrella of promoting like this aesthetic type of lifestyle, or this particular type of lifestyle. So you're not really going to be posting stuff that, you know, would contradict that. You know what I'm saying? Even though there's more to you than this image that you're putting up. So it's like this person would be going off of stuff like that. And, you know, that's not really a fair judgment. But then at the same time, I don't feel that the two of you are close enough to where they could really get to know you. You know what I'm saying? So I feel this person is just kind of picking stuff out from this very limited like this very limited channel that they can get, and I don't mean like literal like channel like YouTube channel, but this limited medium that they're able to get information um like about you from. And like, even with this King of Pentacles in the reverse, it's like that comes into the thing of like finances and stuff. Like, do you overspend money? Because like I said, this is fleeting thoughts. It's like, are you nurturing? Empress in the reverse, would you be a good partner, you know, wife or husband? You know, would you be nurturing to children? You know, do you mismanage money? You know, are you good with money? But they're kind of leaning towards the side of like almost like being kind of self-centered, is how I could say it. And then with this devil in the reverse, it's like, you know, hedonism. It's the thought of like, you know, do you have addictions, or are you unstable? Are you, you know, promiscuous? You know, Are you still with the Six of Cups in the reverse is them feeling like you're stuck in the past somehow. And that could be a myriad of different ways. Like them wondering if you're stuck in the past, meaning are you trying to recapture your youth? Are you trying to, you know, uh recapture some essence you had past tense? Are you trying to, not act your age? Are you still stuck on a past person? Like that kind of vibe. And I mean, that's why I said I can't wait to look at their subconscious impression, because all of this is teetering towards the negative. You know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of like them seeing everything on a negative side. And my thought is like, if you don't know them, you know what I'm saying? Like, how could you be judging? Like, if we're looking at this kind of like a scale, how are you teetering to this side of the scale of like it being negative stuff? Like, why are we not, kind of being optimistic about this? But it's them feeling like you're, or perceiving you rather, as being stuck in the past in some way, shape, form, or fashion, or trying to recapture something from the past. And it's interesting because I've never gotten a message like this with the Six of Cups before, because usually it's like, nostalgia of the past, whatever. But specifically what I'm feeling with this is them feeling like you're trying to recapture like your youth or something like that. Or, and I don't know, maybe this could be someone who knew you before and you guys have kind of lost contact. You know what I'm saying? It's because I feel with this person, there's a level of expectations that they have of people or women or men and how you should, ought, or supposed to behave. And what it is that they're seeing from you isn't aligning with their personal expectations are, for people or whatever. But anywho, getting into their subconscious impression, is this person, child? I wonder if they are a Scorpio. This is interesting. Let me cover up her naked body. We have the Page of Swords. This is interesting. I think for a lot of you, this might be somebody that y'all knew past tense. I'm not even fronting. Literally. With this Page of Swords here, dude, and I say Scorpio, I don't know if they're a Scorpio sun, or maybe if they have this in their chart somewhere, maybe a Scorpio moon, maybe. But with them, it's this perspective of them, like they're stalkerish, right? And they have a tendency, which this is why this feels like social media to me. I literally feel like this is somebody who's watching y'all on social media. I'm not kidding. So it's like with this person, there's somebody where, and this is so weird, there's someone where they would look through all of your social media pages, read everything about you, kind of find people that are connected to you type of deal, and find out about them. I do feel like in a sense, like it's kind of a characteristic of them, but I do feel a lot of what motivates that is a lack of trust that they have for people. So it's almost like an inherent suspicion that they have of people. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of Scorpio vibes to me. But I mean, it could be Scorpio moon, you know. I mean, it could be Scorpio sun too, child. I'm just saying. But they got Scorpio in their chart somewhere, okay? But it's with them, it's almost them checking people's dossier, if you will. It's more out of a self-protective type of thing, but they would never admit that they actually do this. And they don't necessarily see that as a problem, but that is also simultaneously something that they see very clearly in other people. So it's almost like them doing this, which I feel like is an unfair advantage. It's kind of like if you meet a person for the first time, in your mind, you're feeling as if you're meeting them for the first time and the both of you are on level playing field, right? So it's like neither of you know anything about each other, but this person is coming to the table having a whole dossier on you. You know what I'm saying? Like they've looked at your Facebook, they looked at, who your cousins are, who your siblings are, who your parents are. They've read through everybody's freaking timeline. You know what I'm saying? They've gone to your TikTok and seen what kind of stuff you post there. They go on your Instagram, seeing what kind of stuff you post there. They've cross-checked and looked at, pictures you've posted like with your friends, or your friends posted of you, or that your parents posted of you. And it's like all of this they're gathering information on, and God forbid they Google your name, found your LinkedIn, looked at, your jobs, and it's like, they change and go to a new job every year. They've been at a new company every year. You know what I'm saying? It's like a person who's coming to the table having all of this intel, and Taurus coming to the table having none of that. You feel what I'm saying? And thinking that both of you are coming together, like not knowing anything about each other, but with your person of interest, they're going through like a checklist in their head, of asking questions that's based on the stuff that they know. And Taurus has no idea that any of this is happening. So Taurus is just asking questions based on questions that just come to your mind. And this person is like, And it's like, oh, so when was your last relationship? And they know that you had a picture of your ex from 2 years ago. And it's like, are they going to tell the truth? Now, I feel with this person, the reason why they do this is because, like I said, they have an inherent suspicion and just like distrust of people. And this is their rationalization of it, at least, is, this is how I'm keeping myself safe, in so many words. You feel what I'm saying? But at the same time, I do feel like this person is a bit of a pessimist, right? Hence the reason why, all of this stuff. And I feel like, to be honest with you, child, they need to end this cycle. I can see why them showing up as the world in the reverse, because it's unfinished business with their past, in the context of maybe they've been burned so many times, even though they could even have a Pluto in freaking Scorpio, to be honest with you, because yeah, they literally could have a Pluto that's in Scorpio, because it's a inherent, like very much a part of them, an inherent distrust for people, and always seeing the glass as like half full, if I could say it that way. Because like I was saying before, with their fleeting thoughts and conscious thoughts, like how do you, if you're meeting a person for the first time, or you're just getting to know someone, it's all of the information that you're learning. How are you weighing it on the negative side of the Likert scale when this is new information that's coming in, unless it's coming from within this person, So it's almost like not giving the benefit of the doubt. And the reason for that would be, with this world in the reverse, is kind of seeing, much like I was telling you guys, Taurus, seeing this present situation through a lens from the past. So all these people screwed me over, past tense, and I didn't do my due diligence. I didn't do my checks and balances. So now it's almost like they're overly correcting, you know what I'm saying, to prevent themselves from ending up where they were before. They're overly course correcting to where it's just like it's too much, they're overcompensating in a sense, in a self-protective type of nature. And I'm just being honest. To each its own. I can't tell you what to deal with and what not to deal with, but I feel like that's a lot going on, and it's up to you whether or not you want to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? Now, their feelings towards you, the audacity, the unmitigated gall. Oh my goodness. We have the Queen of Cuppies. So here's the thing. This is so contradictory. It's disgusting. I can't even deal. So with this person, they have very positive feelings towards you. It's just mentally they're in conflict. Let me say it that way. It's like, in an emotional sense, it's like they would like to draw closer to you. They would like to get to know you. But I feel like it's almost like a war within their own mind that they're having, And I feel a lot of this is projections that's coming from their past experience. So the thing that I would say now, Taurus, I'm really not upset that this came out this way, because I feel like this is a beautiful deterrent, especially for those of you who know this person at present. I look at this as a huge deterrent of pursuing something with this person now, right? Because they are not in an ideal headspace, but at the same time, I feel like this is a kind of mirror on the wall type of deal, because where it is that they are is no different than where it is that you are. Like, you may not be going as deep into, stalking through their social media and things, you know what I'm saying? But I feel the same way they're kind of projecting worst case scenario onto you is the same way that you could do the same thing for them, like mistaking them for, a person that you dated or, went through stuff with in the past, because you haven't necessarily closed the door on that in its entirety. But with them having the Queen of Cups, I can see that two ways. But with them having the Queen of Cups in their feeling space, it's a desire for them to want to be in, a nurturing, connecting kind of space. So it's like them wanting a relationship, you know what I'm saying? And wanting one that's, emotionally reciprocal and things of the sort. It's more or less them wanting to find a good partner for that. But like I said, the headspace that this person in is teetering towards the negative, and that has a lot less to do with you and a lot more to do with them. But I feel this energy is this way because, like I said, they're wrapping up a huge cycle and there's some closure that they need within themselves, but there's really no difference between the two of you. So I think it's good that there's an ambivalence between the two of you at present, because now is not the idealistic time for the two of you to be coming together, if that's making sense. But anyway, Taurus, that has been your connection session for April. Most definitely let me know what you think in the comments. Happy freaking birthday, Taurus. I love your face. But I'll see you guys sooner than later.